We've all been there. That moment when loneliness hits so hard you start wondering if something's wrong with you. Your phone's right there, and those dating apps are just one tap away. But wait, what I'm about to share with you changed thousands of lives, including mine. There's a reason why jumping into relationships keeps leaving you emptier than before. And there's a powerful secret that nobody talks about. The real reason why some people naturally attract healthy love, while others keep facing heartbreak. The truth is, the way you're dealing with loneliness right now might be sabotaging your chances at finding true love. But here's the good news. I've discovered a proven process that transforms loneliness into your greatest strength. In this video, you'll learn the exact steps to build unshakable self-love, including a powerful morning ritual that rewires your brain for confidence, and a little-known technique that actually makes you magnetic to the right kind of love. Stay with me, because I'm also going to reveal why traditional dating advice has been setting you up for failure, and show you a counterintuitive approach that actually works. This isn't just another self-help video. It's your turning point. Let's begin with the first crucial step that most people get completely wrong. Inside that late-night scrolling, beneath those unanswered texts, lies a painful truth. Rushing into relationships won't fix what hurts. Most people fall into this trap without realizing it. Seeking external validation becomes an addictive cycle, much like a hamster wheel that never stops spinning. Society bombards us with messages that being alone equals being incomplete. Movies, social media, even well-meaning family members push this narrative. So when loneliness creeps in, panic follows. That panic drives decisions that often lead straight into toxic relationships or situationships that drain rather than fulfill. Here's what's actually happening in this cycle. Loneliness triggers a stress response in our brains. This biological reaction pushes us to seek connection, any connection, even when it's harmful. It's similar to feeling so hungry that even junk food starts looking like a gourmet meal. In relationships, this desperation attracts people who sense it and often take advantage of it. Many end up compromising their values, accepting less than they deserve, all because being with someone, anyone, feels better than being alone. This creates a dangerous pattern where self-worth becomes tied to relationship status. Each failed connection reinforces negative beliefs about worthiness, making the cycle even harder to break. But breaking free starts with recognizing these patterns. That overwhelming urge to check dating apps? It's not really about finding love. It's about escaping discomfort. Those feelings of emptiness when single, they're not signals to find someone new. They're invitations to grow deeper with yourself. This trap has caught countless people before, but awareness is the first step to freedom. Looking at yourself in a mirror goes deeper than checking your appearance. Mirror work stands as one of most powerful yet overlooked practices for building genuine self-love. It might feel uncomfortable at first. That's perfectly normal and exactly why it works. Standing in front of a mirror, eyes locked with your reflection, creates an intimate space for healing. Most people avoid truly seeing themselves, rushing through their morning routine without ever making real eye contact. But within this simple act lies transformative power. Start by spending just 5 minutes each morning facing your reflection. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you deeply care about. Notice any discomfort, any urge to look away. These reactions reveal where healing needs to happen. Words like "I love you" or "I accept you" might feel strange at first. That strangeness highlights how rarely we show ourselves genuine affection. Mirror work breaks down walls built over years of self-criticism. When tears come, and they often do, let them flow. Each tear carries old pain, making space for new self-compassion. This isn't about forcing positivity or pretending everything's perfect. It's about building an honest, loving relationship with yourself. Morning mirror sessions can expand into deeper practices. Try placing both hands on your heart while maintaining eye contact. Feel your heartbeat. Acknowledge every perceived flaw with acceptance rather than judgment. Express gratitude for specific parts of yourself, physical features, personality traits, or accomplishments. Scientific research shows this practice actually changes brain chemistry. Regular mirror work increases oxytocin, often called love hormone, while reducing cortisol, stress hormone. These biological changes create lasting shifts in self-perception and emotional resilience. Many report breakthrough moments during mirror work, suddenly seeing themselves through eyes of compassion instead of criticism. This shift ripples through all relationships, creating foundation for authentic connections built on self-worth rather than need. Inside, every mind runs a constant stream of self-talk, shaping reality more powerfully than any external force. Right now, thousands of thoughts flow through our minds. Some lift us up while others tear us down. This internal dialogue creates our self-image, influences our choices, and ultimately determines our relationship patterns. Negative self-talk often sounds familiar because it echoes voices from our past, parents, teachers, bullies, or ex-partners. Not good enough, too much. Who would want me? These phrases replay automatically, creating a toxic inner environment that repels potential connections and sabotages existing ones. Breaking this cycle starts with becoming aware of these thoughts without judgment. Pay attention to what triggers harsh inner criticism. Notice when self-doubt creeps in. Each negative thought pattern leaves clues about where healing needs to happen. Transforming this inner dialogue requires more than positive thinking. It demands consistent, conscious rewiring. Start by catching negative phrases and immediately replacing them with truth-based alternatives. Instead of, "I'm unlovable," try, "I'm learning to love myself more each day." Replace, "I'll always be alone," with, "I choose my relationships wisely." Writing these new phrases down strengthens their impact. Speaking them aloud during mirror work amplifies their power. Soon, these new thoughts begin feeling natural, creating fresh neural pathways in our brains. Science proves self-talk directly affects brain chemistry. Positive self-dialogue increases serotonin levels while reducing anxiety-producing hormones. This biological shift changes how we carry ourselves, how we interact with others, and ultimately, what kinds of relationships we attract. Most profound changes happen when aligning actions with this new inner dialogue. If saying, "I respect myself," then boundaries must reflect that truth. If declaring, "I deserve love," then choices must honor that belief. This alignment creates authentic confidence, magnetic energy that naturally draws similar energy closer. Sacred spaces hold transformative power, acting as sanctuaries where self-love blooms naturally. Creating this environment goes beyond aesthetics. It's about crafting a haven that nurtures soul-deep healing and genuine self-connection. Physical surroundings profoundly impact emotional well-being. Each item in a space either drains or energizes. Start by clearing clutter. Old photos with ex-partners, gifts from toxic relationships, or items holding painful memories. This clearing makes room for objects that inspire joy, peace, and self-discovery. Morning rituals transform ordinary spaces into spiritual sanctuaries. Light a candle, play soft music, or burn incense. These simple acts signal to your brain that it's time for self-connection. Choose a specific corner, chair, or room dedicated solely to nurturing yourself, free from work, phones, or external demands. Colors influence mood significantly. Soft blues calm anxiety, while gentle greens promote healing. Add plants, they clean air while symbolizing growth and new beginnings. Soft textures, plush pillows, cozy blankets, smooth stones provide comfort during emotional moments. Creating altar spaces amplifies intention. Display meaningful objects, crystals, inspirational quotes, photos of happy solo moments, or symbols of personal strength. Each item serves as a physical reminder of commitment to self-love journey. Journals belong in this sacred space too. Writing thoughts freely without judgment releases emotional burdens while clarifying inner wisdom. Keep self-love books nearby, ready to offer guidance during challenging moments. Scent anchors memories powerfully. Choose specific essential oils or incense for self-love practices. Over time, these scents trigger peaceful states automatically, making it easier to access calm during stressful situations. Sound shapes energy within spaces. Create playlists specifically for self-love rituals, meditation music, empowering songs, or nature sounds. These auditory cues help transition from outside world into self-connection mode. This dedicated space becomes a physical manifestation of self-worth, a tangible reminder that investing in yourself matters. Here, inner work feels safer, emotions flow freely, and healing happens naturally. Emotional independence stands as a cornerstone of genuine self-love, marking difference between needing relationships and choosing them freely. Learning to sit comfortably with feelings, even intense ones, builds inner strength that radiates naturally. Raw emotions often trigger automatic responses, calling ex-partners, mindless scrolling through social media, or drowning feelings in distractions. Breaking these patterns requires radical self-honesty. When sadness hits, pause. Notice where it lives in body. Breathe into tight spaces. Allow waves of feeling without rushing to fix them. People pleasers struggle particularly with emotional independence. Years of prioritizing others' comfort creates disconnect from personal truth. Healing starts by recognizing own needs as valid, own feelings as worthy of attention. Every time anxiety rises about being alone, it presents opportunity to practice self-soothing. Building emotional resilience happens gradually, like strengthening muscles. Start small. Spend 15 minutes feeling difficult emotions without reaching for phone. Write thoughts without censoring. Dance alone to release stored tension. Cry freely when tears need flowing. Fear often masquerades as need for connection. I can't handle this alone becomes familiar thought pattern. Yet each time we navigate emotional storms independently, inner strength grows. This doesn't mean never seeking support. It means developing ability to hold space for ourselves first. Codependency dissolves as emotional independence strengthens. No longer needing others to regulate our emotions creates space for authentic connections. Partners become chosen additions to already complete life rather than desperate attempts to fill inner void. Daily practices reinforce this independence. Meditation grounds racing thoughts. Journaling tracks emotional patterns. Movement releases stored stress. Each practice builds confidence in ability to navigate full spectrum of human experience without external validation. Watching emotions like passing weather, some stormy, some peaceful, develops inner observer perspective. This witnessing consciousness provides stable foundation regardless of emotional climate. From this grounded place, relationships enhance life rather than define it. Gratitude transforms loneliness into solitude, shifting perspective from lack to abundance. What seems like empty space actually brims with opportunities for growth, peace, and self-discovery. Practicing appreciation rewires neural pathways, creating lasting changes in how we perceive being alone. Starting each morning with 3 specific gratitudes builds positive momentum. Instead of reaching for phone to check messages, pause to notice simple gifts. Quiet moments before dawn. Warm sunlight through windows, freedom to move at personal pace. These small acknowledgments accumulate, gradually replacing scarcity mindset with recognition of life's fullness. Deeper gratitude practice involves appreciating aspects of being single that often go unnoticed. Freedom to spread out in bed, spontaneous schedule changes, uninterrupted self-care time. These seemingly ordinary privileges carry extraordinary potential for joy. Writing these observations down amplifies their impact. Singles often face pressure to apologize for their status or rush into relationships. Gratitude flips this narrative, revealing how solo seasons offer rare chances for personal evolution. Time alone allows exploration of interests, development of new skills, and discovery of authentic desires without compromise. Each meal eaten alone becomes opportunity to practice mindful appreciation. Notice flavors fully, savor choices made solely for personal pleasure. Solo dining transforms from lonely experience into act of self-care when approached with grateful heart. Keeping gratitude journals specifically focused on self-love journey reveals patterns of growth. Noting small victories, setting boundaries, speaking truth, choosing self-respect over temporary company builds evidence of personal strength. These written records prove invaluable during challenging days. Science confirms gratitude's power. Regular practice increases dopamine and serotonin while reducing cortisol levels. These biochemical changes improve sleep quality, boost immune function, and enhance overall well-being. Grateful people naturally attract others through their genuine contentment. Being thankful for past relationships, even painful ones, releases bitterness that blocks new connections. Each experience brought lessons worthy of appreciation. This perspective frees energy for creating future based on wisdom rather than wounds. Boundaries create sacred space between inner peace and external chaos. Without clear limits, self-love becomes vulnerable to erosion from others' demands, expectations, and energy. Strong boundaries protect growing self-worth. Like greenhouse walls, shelter delicate plants. People pleasers often struggle identifying where personal space ends and others begin. Signs of weak boundaries show up everywhere. Saying yes when meaning no, accepting last-minute plans that disrupt self-care routines, tolerating disrespectful behavior to avoid conflict. Each compromise chips away at self-trust. Learning to say no gracefully marks first step towards stronger boundaries. Start small. Decline extra work projects. Resist pressure to attend every social event. Protect quiet time. Notice how body feels when boundaries hold firm versus when they bend under pressure. Physical sensations offer valuable guidance. Digital boundaries prove especially crucial during single seasons. Muting ex-partners' social media, limiting dating app usage to specific times, turning off notifications after certain hours. These acts preserve mental space for self-connection. Online boundaries prevent energy drain just as effectively as physical ones. Family dynamics often challenge newfound boundaries most intensely. Well-meaning relatives push dating advice, question solo lifestyle choices, or demand excessive emotional labor. Standing firm requires preparation. Practice simple phrases. I appreciate your concern, but I'm comfortable with my choices. Or, I need time to think about that before committing. Setting price tags on time and energy helps maintain boundaries naturally. Before saying yes, ask, what must I sacrifice to accommodate this request? If answer involves compromising self-care routines or emotional well-being, decline politely but firmly. Healthy boundaries actually improve relationships by establishing clear expectations and mutual respect. People learn to treat us according to standards we set. Those who resist boundaries reveal themselves as potentially toxic connections best kept at distance. Self-respect grows stronger with each boundary honored. Every time we choose personal peace over others' approval, inner authority strengthens. This authority becomes foundation for all future relationships, romantic or otherwise. Self-dating transforms solitude into sacred adventure, replacing fear of being seen alone with confidence in solo presence. Making dates with ourselves builds intimate self-knowledge while dissolving societal stigmas about single life. Planning solo outings requires same care as romantic dates. Choose activities that spark genuine interest: art galleries, hiking trails, cozy cafes, or sunset beaches. Dress thoughtfully, not for others' approval, but for personal pleasure. Showing up for ourselves signals deep self-respect. Morning coffee dates create perfect starting point. Sit at cafe counter without phone distractions. Notice surrounding details. Steam rising from cup, ambient conversations, shifting sunlight. These mindful moments teach art of keeping ourselves company comfortably. Cinema trips alone offer surprisingly rich experiences. Without need to consider others' preferences or discuss plot points, movies become pure personal indulgence. Front row or back corner, action or art film. Every choice reflects authentic desires rather than compromise. Restaurant dining solo challenges common fears about judgment. Start with quiet lunch spots, gradually building confidence for evening reservations. Bring journal or book if desired, but practice sitting simply with thoughts too. Notice how freedom to eat at personal pace enhances flavor enjoyment. Weekend adventures expand self-dating horizons. Visit museums at leisurely pace, lingering before favorite pieces without rushing. Take day trips to nearby towns, exploring streets without fixed agenda. Each solo journey strengthens trust in ability to create enjoyable experiences independently. Treating ourselves with same courtesy expected from partners elevates self-relationship quality. Make reservations ahead, arrive punctually, choose special venues for milestone celebrations. These acts of self-respect ripple outward, influencing how others treat us too. Evening rituals become special dates too. Luxurious baths, homemade fancy dinners, stargazing sessions. Creating romance with ourselves teaches valuable lessons about personal preferences and pleasure sources. This knowledge proves invaluable when eventually choosing partners. Self-dating develops confidence that glows from within, attracting genuine connections naturally rather than from desperation. Through regular practice, being alone transforms from feared state into cherished opportunity for self-discovery. Growth mindset transforms relationship status from limitation into launchpad for personal evolution. Single seasons offer rare opportunities to focus entirely on self-development without compromising for partners' comfort or convenience. Pain points become growth signals when viewed through this lens. Feeling lonely on Friday nights? Perfect time to develop new interests. Missing physical touch? Opportunity to explore self-soothing techniques. Each challenge presents chance to build new skills and strengths. Reading becomes powerful tool during solo periods. Books about psychology, relationships, and personal growth provide fresh perspectives on old patterns. Journaling after each chapter helps integrate new insights into daily life. Knowledge gained now serves all future relationships. Taking classes stretches comfort zones while building confidence. Dance lessons improve body awareness. Cooking classes enhance self-care abilities. Art workshops unlock creativity. Skills developed alone become lifetime assets, enriching both solo life and future partnerships. Failed relationships transform into valuable data when examined with growth mindset. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus shifts to lessons learned. Each past connection reveals important truths about personal values, deal breakers, and authentic needs. Career development often accelerates during single phases. Extra time and energy typically spent on relationship maintenance redirects into professional growth. New certifications, side projects, or business ventures bloom in space created by solitude. Physical health goals find fertile ground too. Regular exercise routines establish easier without coordinating schedules. Meal planning simplifies when cooking for one. These healthy habits set foundation for sustained well-being regardless of relationship status. Spiritual practices deepen significantly during solo seasons. Meditation becomes consistent, intuition grows clearer, inner wisdom speaks louder without external voices competing for attention. This spiritual groundwork creates unshakable sense of wholeness. Tracking growth through regular journaling reveals profound changes over time. Small daily choices compound into significant transformation. Looking back at old entries proves personal evolution happens naturally when given space to unfold. Inner trust forms through consistent small promises kept with ourselves. Breaking agreements with ourselves, whether skipping planned workouts or abandoning creative projects, creates same trust issues as relationships with others. Rebuilding this trust requires deliberate practice. Making morning commitments sets powerful tone. Wake up when alarm first sounds instead of snoozing. Complete planned meditation even when mind resists. Follow through with exercise routine despite mood fluctuations. Each kept promise strengthens internal reliability. Old patterns of self-betrayal often surface during this process. Noticing moments when we abandon personal commitments reveals deeper healing needs. These observations guide where trust needs rebuilding first. Start small. Promise 5 minutes of journaling, then gradually increase duration. Decision-making becomes clearer as inner trust grows. Gut feelings speak louder. Intuition flows freely. Choices align naturally with authentic values. This clarity emerges from proving to ourselves repeatedly that we honor our own word. Breaking cycles of procrastination builds tremendous self-trust. Instead of putting off important tasks, taking immediate action shows ourselves we're reliable. Each completed task, however small, reinforces belief in personal capability. Financial decisions reflect self-trust levels clearly. Saving money instead of stress shopping, investing in personal growth rather than temporary distractions, budgeting thoughtfully. These actions prove we trust ourselves with resources. Following through on boundaries tests inner trust significantly. Maintaining limits with family, staying firm with ex-partners, protecting personal time. Each instance strengthens faith in our own judgment. Creating art, writing, or expressing creativity requires deep self-trust. Sharing authentic work despite fear of judgment proves we value our voice. These acts of creative courage build lasting confidence in self-expression. Sleep routines offer daily opportunities to practice self-trust. Going to bed at planned times, avoiding late-night phone scrolling, prioritizing rest over external demands. These choices show we trust our body's needs. Building true self-love transforms life entirely, from lonely nights into peaceful solitude, from desperate swiping into confident waiting. Every step shared today leads toward unshakable inner strength that naturally attracts healthy relationships. Starting with mirror work, moving through emotional independence, practicing gratitude, setting boundaries, and building inner trust. Each practice strengthens foundation of genuine self-worth. As these habits take root, relationships shift from necessity to choice. Success stories from thousands prove this journey works when followed consistently. Changes might feel subtle daily, but compound powerfully over time. Trust this process, commit to these practices, and watch life transform. Before closing today's video, take one small action towards self-love right now. Place hand on heart, breathe deeply, and whisper, I choose me. If this message resonated, hit that like button. It helps share this healing message with others who need it. Subscribe to join our community of self-love warriors and click that notification bell to never miss new guidance on your journey. Until next time, keep choosing yourself first. Peace and love.